happen. You know what I mean? You're always looking, I've got to keep going, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, you know, and you're constantly in that action mode instead of saying, okay, I can sit down for 10 minutes and I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I don't have to feel guilty about it. I'm just allowed.
Right.
And that's, I think, your biggest
problem.
Yeah, and I think that's your biggest problem. And I don't mean to sound condescending, but I think very action-orientated people sort of feel guilty if they're not constantly doing something. Do you know, it's like, well, you know, I can't get where I need to go unless I'm busy all the time and sort of actively participating. But they fail to realise that having a rest is also a major part of this, because it allows everything to sort of, you know, it allows your muscles to let go, it allows your body to recharge a little bit and all those sort of things. It's not actually a waste of time. It's actually, you'll get better performance out of you by allowing yourself that time. So, you know, I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of meditation because I'm one of those very active people like you, and I used to find it really difficult to sit still long enough and switch your mind off and do these things. And I intuitively started meditating in a sense in not sort of taking the actual time, but I'd make myself sit down for 10 minutes before I started work of a day, and I used to have a cup of coffee and a cigarette, I don't smoke anymore, and put some music on the turntable, and I would listen to 2 tracks. And that I used to jokingly say was my meditation, but it was just my way of allowing myself the luxury of sitting down, enjoying the moment before my busy day started. And it was interesting, many years later, I learned that is a form of meditation. And that was something I jokingly used to teach my students, that was my meditation, you know, 10 minutes of, you know, cigarette, cup of coffee and John Farnham on the turntable, and the day was all good to go. So sometimes I think we've got to find methods like that work for us. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what you need to do. And by doing that, Nicole, I think great inroads with your health. But I also want you to listen to what your body's telling you. If your body's telling you need to eat tomatoes, then eat them. You know, like, it doesn't always have to be, we have to be rigid. We have to listen to what it's telling us that we need. And sometimes that isn't, you know, I'm not an advocate for sort of saying, well, if your body's telling you it's craving something sweet and salty, that you sit down and eat a big block of candy or chocolate and then follow it by a big bag of potato chips. But I think you can have a little bit of something to satisfy whatever that is. And usually when we get a craving, it's our body's way of telling us we're nutrient deficient in something. It's craving something. And usually when we crave something sweet, we're actually craving magnesium, strangely enough. So it's sort of like, the body doesn't tell us these things for no reason. We just have to listen. And once we do that and we get things back into a rhythm, I believe then we start to heal. And, you know, most illnesses are something that's dis-ease in the body. It's usually got an emotional connection in some way. Whether we acknowledge it or not, we all have weaknesses, I suppose, in our physical DNA that we inherit as we come into this earth. You know, there's family histories of things, you know, whether it's heart disease or autoimmune diseases or toenails that turn black. Every family has something in their DNA. But if we can learn to minimise that by keeping ourselves as stress-free as possible, listening to our body, allowing our bodies to rest, then I think we can minimise those things. You know, if you know that there's a serious pattern of heart disease in your family, then you research that and you do everything humanly possible to minimise that. So if you look at those sort of things, then I think we can have great health way into our old age because we've learned to listen to our. And stress is probably the biggest thing that we all tend to sort of, you know, poo-hoo that a bit and think, oh, yeah, that's for other people, not me. But it is one of the biggest things I think that instigates illness in our body is that we're not relaxing ourselves enough. So I hope that's helped you, Nicole.
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
What, sweetie?
I couldn't understand that very last part. I'm sorry.
I said, I hope that's helped you. I hope that's helped you, you know, put all the pieces together with the changes that you need.
Oh, yes. That all makes a lot of sense. And do you see an actual job change for me?
I do see a change of job for you by about August. But before August or around August is when I see the job change for you. And then I think we sort of fly into the end of the year. As each day goes past, I feel that you're getting stronger and feeling better in yourself, Nicole.
Okay. And then do you have any messages for me at all from any of my loved ones, anything like that?
Nobody actually came forward. That doesn't mean that they're not there around you. Nobody sort of jumped in and said, hey, I want to share this with Nicole. So just know that they're always around you. And, sometimes they're just busy being themselves. They don't always want to poke their nose into our day-to-day lives here on Earth either. Anyway, Nicole, that's where we've got to wrap it up. We're coming to the end of the show. So next week we'll be sort of talking, having our little trip around the universe, our Simply Tarot card of the week. And, of course, we'll be featuring our candle of the week. For those of you that want to know more about how the sun in Taurus will affect you, head over to Facebook to my Amanda Hall page. I'll be doing a mini workshop there directly after the end of this broadcast. For those of you that like to qualify for a free astrology chart, head to my website, www.amandahallpsychic.com.au. And until next week, why don't you shine like a star? The little star that I'm featuring this morning on my necklace is actually the David Cassidy star. And the money that you spend buying an earring set and the necklace set actually goes to helping children enjoy music in their lives. So it's absolutely a wonderful cause. And, of course, David Cassidy was an amazing singer, and I miss him every single day, but I always have him on the turntable too. So until next week, bye for now.
everybody. My name is Rebecca Urich, and this is the High Frequency Channel, and you are tuning in for Transformation tonight. I am a Dream Builder coach and a Life Mastery consultant with Life Mastery Institute, and today I would like to talk to you about bending the universe to get everything that you've ever wanted. So, as we know, Steve Jobs bended the universe, right? He would bend the universe. He would talk about it. And what we don't know or realize, and I actually may have already said this on one of my shows, 99% of us are born at genius level. By the age of 5, there are only 20% at genius level. By the age of 20, only 2% of us are born at genius level. Why do you think that is? What happens if we are all born at genius level? How come 2% is now at genius level? Well, what happens is we begin to listen to the opinions of others, and we look into the eyes of others for our opinions and approval. And it literally just trains the creativity right out of us, right? And it blocks us from our natural creative abilities. So I want to talk to you about the different levels of awareness and where you might be in learning how to bend the universe to get everything that you want. So I'm going to begin by sharing the first stage or first level of awareness is when we think that that life is happening to you. So you may be feeling like this is happening to you, right? Your life is happening to you. Or you may know people around you that feel like it's just happening, like you can't control it. You can't do much because you're making this much money. You can't because of this. You can't because of that. And it's you are being controlled by your circumstances, your situations, your problems, right? And then maybe you tap into a little bit of personal development or spiritual development, and you begin to realize that you have a little bit of power, that you are the creator of your being, and that you have created almost everything. In fact, I want to say everything. It's a little bit of a trigger for people when I say that. But don't worry if you're like, I did not create this life and I would never have wanted, half the things that are going on. Trust me, believe me, you can change this. So when you're in the first level of awareness or in the first stage of awareness, you might feel like the universe is bending you. The universe is twisting you or torturing you, right? And then, like I said, you tap into some personal development, you start to learn a few tools, you start learning how to change that, you start to shift that, you begin to bend the universe back to what you would, the life that you would love to live. And this one is, you begin to create it. You begin to create your life using the tools that you have through your personal development or spiritual development. And you still hit some bumps in the road because you're still working out some of the stuff. You start going into deep dives into like the old energy, the dark energy, people call it the shadow self, or just, the core wounds, which are, abandonment, rejection, disappointment, I'm not enough. And you begin to heal those a little bit in the second level of awareness, right? Where you begin to surrender also. You aren't feeling compelled to work really hard. You begin to surrender to the flow, right? Then you move into the third level of awareness, or the third stage of awareness, and that is when the universe begins to work through you. And you've done some more meditation, you've done more spiritual and personal development, you have your tools, you've worked through the tools, you've really done some good work in clearing anything that isn't serving you anymore. That can be people, it can be things, it can be, getting a new job or shifting your lifestyle, whatever it might be, through meditation. And then what happens is the universe starts working through you. So like for myself this morning, I woke up and I had 1, 2, 3 images pop in my mind. And now I have enough work to keep me busy through the middle of summer. And they were just 3 images or thoughts or feelings that came to me, and I knew that's what I'm supposed to do. The universe starts to move through you. It comes in, it drops in a download, and you go and you move forward and you do it, right? So that's also when things really start slowing down. You start choosing to go for walks in nature. Those things become very important to you. Your meditation becomes very important. You start to enjoy your life so much more. You stop that forward, forceful, trying to make things happen, work harder to make more money kind of energy, and you settle into yourself. Your nervous system calms down. Your whole life begins to soften. It actually becomes a place where you kind of don't have any, I don't want to say energy. Everything just sort of relaxes. So it's like, it feels so good that you feel like you don't need to do much anymore. You don't have the desires or the need for things. Everything just is pleasantly provided whenever you need it. And then the fourth stage of evolution or of awareness is when the universe starts you. This is when you really start bending the universe. So in stage 3, you're bending, but you're also, taking this time to relax, like you've just been through the ringer, right? So now you're beginning to relax and you begin to do things and the synchronicities, the magic, all begin to start taking place. When you step into the fourth stage of awareness or development or whatever you want to call it, the universe begins to use you through you as you. You are an extension of the universe. The universe is always seeking greater expansion, and it's moving through you as you. This is when you begin to bend the universe, and when things start coming to you much faster, much more synchronicity, where you start to reach thousands or millions and billions of people on the planet. And this is when you've bent the universe, right? So now most of us toggle, or I should say for myself, because we're all sometimes all different. We toggle through all of them, so don't feel bad. But you do get to a point where you toggle between the universe moving through you and then as you, right? And then you don't have at either the first stage or the second stage at all to deal with. That's the drama, the old storylines, the people that are pulling you in different directions or making you feel bad, or kind of being just in all of your problems, your circumstances, and your conditions. When you step far enough out of that and you surrender enough and allow the universe, you know how to move and bend, right? You learn the tools, you use them, and then it becomes as you. So wherever you are in your level of evolution, you can begin from right where you are to bend the universe, right? So if you haven't had any personal or spiritual development, find somebody. I have programs. I have a spiritual advancement program. And please go to my website, thehighfrequencychannel.com, and book yourself a free breakthrough call. And let's talk. Let's get you to have a breakthrough, right? See if we can move you up a level. And if you're a fit for my coaching program, that's fabulous. We register you. If you're not, we don't worry about it. You've had a breakthrough. I would love to hear from you. Go to my page, my Facebook page, the High Frequency Channel. And I do free live readings there often. So almost every day. And I would love to have you there. Love to do free readings for you there. Please get a hold of me. And I am ready for my caller. I think we have
Hello?
Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
How's it going?
pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Tell me what's going on.
Not much. I've been working a lot.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you're overworked?
I could definitely say I'm spread a little thin.
Okay. Okay. So is that what you want to talk about, or is there something more pressing for you?
I would like to talk about my daughter.
Okay.
I've been going through a bit of a custody issue with her, and concerned that things might get worse. And
Okay. So can you brief me on where you are with everything? Like, where is this? What?
She currently lives with her dad, and he and I's relationship has deteriorated over the years. He's been a big factor of stress and heartache, and this continues to go down that road. And we're just constantly in and out of court. Right now, I don't get to see her very much, and we're getting ready to go back into court. I'm hoping to be able to see her more.
Do you have good legal support?
Not entirely. I do have legal support. I'm not sure how great it is.
Okay. Is he lying?
Yes.
Okay. Can we say he's a narcissist?
Very much so, definitely.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. So that's a lot. What I would like to offer you, because they, first of all, narcissists they're very fractured souls. They will lie and cheat, and you really almost don't ever know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah.
Like they've come out of nowhere with something brand new that they've never done before. So first I want to kind of lift your awareness a little bit to that factor, that the people that are narcissists are truly, really fractured and I don't even want to say sad. They're like broken souls almost. So if you can come from a place of, I know, compassion for someone who has to live on the planet like that to get his way and be like that.
Right.
Can you imagine, and I know that you can feel it, what he's feeling inside of himself?
Yeah, and that's something that I've been working on a lot very recently, trying to put my personal sadness and anger about it aside.
For your daughter.
Right, yeah, and everything that she's going through because of what he's doing, and knowing that he has to be really broken to be doing any of this.
Yeah.
So I've been really trying to look at him in a more compassionate way.
Great. So I want you to keep that up. But I also want you, are you afraid to get a good lawyer for money purposes, or?
Yeah, I just don't have the financial means to do it.
Let's do a little dream building right now. Are you ready?
Okay.
What if money wasn't a factor? Let's pretend like money's not a factor. What if, see, sometimes we forget that the universe is infinite. What if there's a lawyer out there that's fantastic, that wants to help you, that can work with your budget, or maybe do pro bono or something like that. Just what if?
Yeah.
What if? Let's go to that place in the universe where that exists. How does that make you feel that right now we can allow for someone more amazing that can help you to come to your support?
Relief.
Okay, good. I want you to hold on to that relief. I want you to hold on to the infinite side of our nature. That infinite intelligence is always working. So what would it look like if you had better representation?
That the court wouldn't even hear the lies.
Yeah. Maybe
that my daughter
just,
would have fairness.
Yeah. She would ask you the questions that you need to be asked in order to give the information that would, change the situation. Somebody who maybe has worked with narcissists before. So we're what we're doing right now is we're making a dream bubble, and we're just kind of going to let the universe nourish that for you. Okay. And then the next question that I want to ask you, because we're going to put it all together, is I want you to imagine what it would be like, or wait, first of all, are you documenting everything? I mean, everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have and is your lawyer helping you with that or no? I mean, kind of.
No.
Okay. So what we need to manifest for you is new representation. Someone who is someone powerful that's not going to allow that to happen. And you feel that relief, right? Of that person coming in. Okay. So we don't know what that person looks like, or, if they're male or female, it doesn't matter. What I want you to do is I want you to trust in the infinite side. So I want you to ask for it. I ask for it out loud right now, over the air, into the universe, all over the world. Say, I want I want awesome representation.
I want awesome representation.
I deserve awesome representation.
I deserve awesome representation.
Your daughter deserves awesome representation.
My daughter deserves awesome representation.
Yeah. So that one, I think that one is the one that has the most emotion around it. I want you to just, I want you to take a breath, and I want you to relax, and I want you to spend your time not worrying about what is going wrong. And I want you to start using your imagination to visualize and daydream how it would feel, what it would look like if everything was working out the way it was supposed to be. I know that's so hard. It's like, oh my God. Because and you have to just keep at this.
Okay.
Be open to allowing the universe to provide you. See, here's the thing. I want you to, do you meditate?
Not really.
Okay. Can you start doing a little meditation for me?
Yeah.
What I would like for you to do is to meditate, because the universe is going to start downloading some information to you. And it may not happen while you're in meditation. It might be like on your way to work, or while you're at work, all of a sudden, boom, it says, call this person. And you're like, why should I call them? I haven't talked to them in 3 years. And then call them. They may have somebody, right? They may have somebody that would help you. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're in that synchronicity. Yeah. You're in the higher vibration of receiving better representation. And then, like I said, I want you to stay in that higher vibration of imagining your daughter coming home, hugging her, setting up her room, the judge, hitting his hammer and saying, and so it is, with her mother. I want you to start using your imagination. Your imagination is your most powerful mental tool that you have, right? We don't have, fangs that have, venom coming out of them. We don't have sharp jaws. We don't run 75 miles an hour. We have our mind. And I don't know if you were able to listen to what I was talking about earlier on the show, but I want you to bend the universe. You're going to bend the universe in your direction by clearing out your doubt, your fear. I want you to stand your ground. I want you to put your feet down and stand your ground. And over and over again, like the mama bear that you are going to do everything that you can to get your daughter back. I want you to raise your vibration in empowerment. Do you do any personal development?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. How is that working for you?
It's been working really well. I think that it's been helping tremendously.
Good. Okay. So I want you to keep going down that road as well.
Okay.
But like I said, be open to the infinite of the universe and allowing this random person that's going to take your lawsuit or whatever, your custody case to the next level and just shut him out, shut him down, and be done. I want you to envision that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
How do you feel?
Amazing.
What's that?
Amazing.
Okay. Are you sure? I mean, I can feel a little bit. You're a little nervous. You're a little scared. But the more that you can do this, the more that you're going to be on the frequency of getting your daughter back. So the lower frequencies of doubt and worry are going to keep this going longer. Start saying, universe, damn it, she is mine and she needs to be protected. Right?
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I want you to do. They're gonna shut us down at any second. Please go to my channel, like my page, and please contact me. I would love to keep in touch with you and know what happens and help support you. You can private message me. We can carry on this conversation a little bit more free of charge. And I wish you so much luck with this and empowerment. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. Okay. I know. I believe in you.
Thank you.
I believe in you. Believe in my believing. Okay, my sweets?
I do. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a good night. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, you guys. This is the High Frequency Channel. I'm Rebecca Urich. Go to my page, thehighfrequencychannel.com, and book yourself a free breakthrough call, or go to my High Frequency Channel Facebook page where I go live almost every night with free readings. I would love to see you there. Have a beautiful night. Namaste.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you doing, everyone? I am your host, Julie, and welcome to tonight's show. We have great things. I just want to share some things with you. I don't know how you're all feeling this week. I feel like I've been trudging through mud and yuck. I would rank this week as not one of my better weeks. And, we all have those weeks in which, things aren't as great as we had hoped. And you're just trying to make your way through the end of the week and trying to deal with what is being thrown your way. So it's been really interesting. I actually had a call this afternoon with my mentor, and sorry, I had something in my eye there. Everybody needs to have kind of the lifeline to ask questions and get help. And for me, that's my mentor, my mediumship mentor. And so let me ask you a question. I'm sure you have all run into this sometime in your life where you have something that you are looking forward to, something that you are desiring, something you're asking the universe for. And, you're doing all the right things, you're asking the right questions, you're moving ahead, and doing all of those things. And then the day comes and it doesn't exactly turn out the way you had anticipated. And it can be a huge letdown, depending on what that is. And you look back and you think, well, what happened? I was doing my due diligence. I was moving forward. I was taking all the right steps. I was asking the right questions. And it still didn't, it felt like it was going to happen. And for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So essentially, that's what happened with me this week. And it was pretty huge. And it was a pretty big letdown. And I felt like, in a way, I'd been, socked in the gut. And that's a really horrible, horrible feeling to have. So, looking at it, why is it that happened? And you look at it and you think, well, you put all your eggs in one basket, essentially. So for instance, say that you're looking for a new house and you find the right one. It looks like your offer is going to get accepted, and for whatever reason, they choose somebody else because there's another offer. And you think, wow, what happened? Everything was going in the right direction. It felt so positive. We all felt like it was going to happen, and then it doesn't. And, the one thing that my mentor was telling me is that even though you are banking on something, it could be financial, it could be a house, it could be a job, and then that doesn't happen, and then you're questioning everything. And it's really that there is something bigger and better out there for you. In my case, where it was based around a financial situation, I was putting, like I said, all my eggs in one basket, that this particular thing was going to happen, and it was going to be kind of the answer to everything. Well, when something happens and it's financial, there can be a many multitude of directions of where, say, if you're looking for money to come in, there's a multitude of ways that money can come to you, and it doesn't have to be in the form of money. It can be that you go to lunch with a friend and they pick up the lunch. That's a form of money coming in abundance, coming to you, right? It could be that you go to an acupuncture appointment and they comp you. That's another form of money that comes into you. And a lot of times, I don't think that we take those things into consideration when we're asking the universe for our wants and our needs. And this, the same thing can be said for a house. You're looking and you're looking and you're looking and you think you found the right one, and then it doesn't happen. But what happens is that later you find the one, and it has even more amenities and more positive things that you were looking at that maybe the house that you didn't have. And I think a lot of times as humans, we're going along in life and we get so caught up in things that we forget that the universe has our back and that there are reasons why things happen and that only better things happen ahead of you. And so I think for me that was a really, as I was discussing this with my mentor, it was a really telling piece. It was a really big thing for me. And believe me, I'm still trying to digest it even tonight. I wanted to share with you because it's such a big piece. It's such a big piece that people forget about. And when things don't come through, you're left feeling very disillusioned. And so know that when things like that happen, that the universe really does have your back and in their best interest. And it may not seem like it at the moment in time. And like me, you may be disillusioned and frustrated on it. As you go down a few weeks, a few months, and you look back on the same situation, and you'll see that it really was in your best and highest good. And that's what the universe always wants for us, right? It always is looking out for our best and our highest good. And what our best and highest good might not be what we are really asking for. So just to let you know that there are many opportunities out there. So just keep your eyes open and keep your hearts open to receiving, and eventually it's going to come through. So right now, we are going to go to the caller. We have Nita in Carson, California. Good evening, Nita. How are you this evening? And welcome to Your Time to Shine.
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So what can we do for you this evening?
I would just kind of like to know, let me see, future relationship. Do you see anything in the future relationship-wise?
Okay. Let me just sit with this for a minute. So there's going to be a little bit of silence here, but then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so it was really interesting because as you were speaking, I was feeling like I wanted to scratch my arm and scratch my back, and I was like, wow, I'm having all these little itchy things all over me that I was wanting to scratch and itch. So what Spirit was trying to tell me is that you have been itching to have somebody coming into your life. I'm being shown that there is somebody that you're already speaking with that has come into your life already. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So hang on just a minute. Wow. Okay. So Spirit is showing me that that this is a really good relationship. They're showing me like tons of flowers and beautiful scenery and music. And so what that is showing is that it's a very good flowery, for lack of a better word, relationship. It's one that just feels so good. It just feels right. And they're saying that you just need to go with it. Just go with the flow on this one. You're finding it very hard to just flow with this relationship because it's unusual for you. It's not something that you've had before. And so it feels kind of foreign to you. But they say this is just going to be so beautiful and so lovely that they're saying just flow with it. I mean, they're showing me like a country drive, like just rolling through the countryside and just enjoying the scenery, enjoying life. And that's really what this relationship is all about. It's really about taking everything in and really enjoying everything that's around you.
That sounds beautiful.
It really is. I mean, it is just so warm and fuzzy and fantastic. So you guys are pretty early in stages of a relationship, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So this is just going to continue to grow and blossom and just become something really great and beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you are very welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, just keep it up. It's going in the right direction and absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Have a
great wonderful
evening.
night.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
you too. Bye-bye. Okay, next we have Donna in Illinois. Good evening, Donna, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
How are you this evening?
Good. I'm tired.
What can we do for you this evening?
I don't know. Have a reading, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. So you said you're tired, but I'm really feeling like your energy is very, very low. Like you're really kind of struggling in what's going on in your life. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're showing me that if things feel very directional, without direction, I should say, and you're not really sure exactly where to go next. That
is correct.
So I'm being told that this is more around your job and your profession. That you've been at this job for quite some time, correct?
I've been employed for a long time, but I have a career path that I've been on for a long time. I've not been doing steadily yet.
Okay. Because they're showing me that the job that you're at is kind of taking its toll on you. And what that's showing is that you need to shift it up a little bit. You said you have a career path, but you're not really going down that path. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Is there a reason why you're not choosing that path?
Where I live, monetary, and then I just got burnt out.
Okay. Hang on just a moment. Okay. So they're telling me that what really is going to benefit you is try to get back on your career path. You're not finding that happiness and that spark in your life that you would if you were going down your career path. They said they understand the financial piece of that, but they're showing me that there's something that you could do with that career path, but maybe there's something either that you could do from your home or something that is closer to home that is going to be opening up for you. But they're saying that the job that you're at, while it may be financially feasible for you to do this, it's really kind of sucking the life out of you. And, that's not going to be good for you or your soul. I understand there's a monetary value with that and being able to survive, because of course that's, we all have that. We all have to do that. But they're saying that you are going to thrive so much more going on your career path and following your dreams, because when you follow your dreams, you actually fill your soul. And when you fill your soul and you're light and you're happy, it opens up a lot more doors. So even monetary.
With that, I have artistic directional path, cosmetologist. I do hair. I've been doing hair for almost 20 years. And as far as, I've not been doing it steadily for monetary for probably about 4 or 5 years. I live in a very, very rural area. I don't actually live in a city. And so, population where I'm at right now is probably about not even 200 people. And that's probably higher. And as far as doing that, I have health issues where my body does not work the way I would like for it to. And I have been really stuck as far as what direction I need to go forward from this point, being realistic with myself without crushing, like you said, my life passion. My life passion is art, to create beautiful things, not necessarily, draw a picture or sculpt something. I would love to do that on my good days. But it's interaction with people. And as far as doing hair, I don't want to be like a media person, Instagram person. I do not. I am content with the older people doing the shampoo and set. Having the old men come in and get the head shaved, the haircut, to the specifications of how they like it. They've had it cut for like 40 years like that. I'm going to keep doing that. It's just my body now. I'm really at a direction where I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm old, but I'm older. I'm in the midlife. I am in my midlife right now, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do or what direction to go for me.
So you were saying that that you still like doing the hair, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So they're showing me that it's right now it's harder for you to be able to stand and to do all of those things, like cutting hair and doing all of that. And they're showing me